Heyday, Professor, where you can watch me!
Welcome to the Crimson Room or something like that.
Ara. Welcome to the Crimson Room, sweetie.
Welcome to the Crimson Room. Please take a seat.
No need to be nervous. The Crimson Room welcomes you.
Oh, welcome to the Crimson Room. You look so sweet.
Welcome to the Crimson Room. Enjoy your stay.
Hi. Welcome to the Crimson Room. Have a seat, please.
Ara. Welcome to the Crimson Room, darling.
Yara Dasa. Welcome to the Crimson Room.
Oh, hello there. My master has been expecting you. Please, come this way and enjoy your time in the Crimson Room.
Yo, how's it going, everybody? It is I, your sadistic spirit guide, Yokai Papiwolf, and we will be joined by the amazing, the always friendly Mask Introvert. Mask, introduce yourself.
Always friendly. I'm not sure about that.
I think you've been friendly. I peeped in on your streams, your TikTok streams, and your, well, it's the same stream, honestly, but I've peeped in on both, and you've been pretty, nice.
Debatable.
Nice is debatable.
Debatable.
Oh man.
But yeah, nocturnal variety streamer, single fang vampire.
Oh man, oh my god, my thing just dies on me. Ah, I hate some things.
Can't be a VTuber without some stuff.
Yeah, we can't. Did my dog, please don't tell me he fucking bit this shit. Give me a quick second.
Yep.
I think something happened. I'm gonna switch my model to something else. Give me a quick second.
Okay.
I will be right back. Let me just turn that down. I have no idea what happened. I'm in PNG form now. This is how the interview is going to commence. My dog chewed through my USB-C cord, and now my camera is unoperational for the future for now. Let's give a big shout out to my dog for really killing my mood today.
Papa!
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm really trying my hardest not to be annoyed by him right now. Yeah, I'm having rage brain. I call it rage brain when I'm trying not to I'm trying to think of what to say, and I can actively feel the gears turning and telling me, don't get angry, don't blow up, you're good, you're fine.
For me, it's if I get too tired, I have this little kid in my brain that just is throwing a tantrum, rolling around in circles on the floor. I'm like, please stop. I know.
I have a bunch of these cables everywhere around the house. I just, for the first time right now, I can't find one of them, or the one that does work. So I'll just buy another cheap one that I can get for $16 or $14 at the store or something. Both my models are cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This is just my PNG model that I use for collabs and stuff. This is my newest one.
It looks really good.
Thank you.
I like that one.
I did want to ask, like, what inspired your whole concept for your model? Because I honestly thought it was like maybe a perchance a Persona thing, but you have so much intricate things. It was giving like Fire Emblem-esque vibes.
It's basically, I started off as like just an anime version of myself, but I've always felt very related to vampires. So I started as a vampire, tried to be human, didn't work out, went back to a vampire. It has like everything I'm interested in it, honestly. Like, I love masquerade masks, I love vampires. I like science fantasy, but it has like none of that. Maybe in the future.
Thank you for the redeem. I'll drink the water. I could see the vampire. I could like see vampire mask of like was it Mask of the Masquerade or something like that?
Yeah.
Like I could see like that TTRPG style of like being being this like creature of the night and stuff. I feel like there's vampires in sci-fi stuff though.
There are. Eventually, it'd be neat to have like a cyberpunk vampire thing with like maybe a vampire like Oni mask.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That would be so cool. Future plans. Right now, though, because I am a vampire, I have like many different forms I can change into. So I have bat, male, female, Nosferatu, and then upcoming, I'm raising funds right now for a moth form. So I'm gonna have like the whole like mommy moth form.
Dude, you know what's funny? My wife is a moth VTuber. She's a Luna moth. It's actually pretty cute. Fairy Luna moth.
Yeah, moths are really pretty. I forgot what kind of moth I had that I sent them. It was kind of like a blue and yellow moth. I forgot what it was called though.
I love my wife. She goes, I also post a lot of moths. That's like her wake up thing. The first, like, everyone has like a morning ritual. Her thing is she has to post a moth on her timeline just to like feed the timeline algorithm moths.
Yes. People appreciate moths.
I don't know if you can hear in the background.
Yeah.
Right?
A little bit.
I even have now an entire Discord chat channel specifically for my daily moth posts.
Nice, I heard that.
Yeah, she's fucking rad. I love my wife. Papi, relax. My dog gets really excited when my wife is nearby. That's like his mama. So
yeah.
Like he gets.
When we were taking care of my brother's dog, that dog was always with me.
Yeah. Do you look like your brother?
Huh?
Do you look like your brother? Is that why?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we look alike. The dog really liked me.
I think my dog thought my sister-in-law was my wife one time, and like
just followed her.
Yeah, like he like jumped on her, but then he looked at her for a second and realized, hold up.
Oh no! And then
this
ran away.
This. He's like, wait a minute, you're not my mom.
Have you ever done that in a like a store or something? Because I went once with my mom to like a clothing store and I accidentally started following some other lady, and I was like, oh shit, you're not my mom.
Oh no, I've done something similar though. I made the mistake of like, when like people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my buddy, I'm gonna like surprise them. I remember like, this is so bad. I was gonna slap my buddy's ass, and but part of me was like, hold on, before you slap his ass. And I was like, wait, why am I holding on? I would normally just do this. Something felt different. And then it wasn't until like I passed by, like I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna slap his ass. I passed by and looked behind him. I realized that's not my friend. I was like, oh my god, dude, this guy would have beat my ass. He'd be like, what the fuck you doing? But they had like the same jacket and everything.
Yeah, that's funny.
The whole back profile, it was insane. I was like, dude, you guys can be like almost brothers from behind.
Yeah,
wait,
that lady that I was following looked very similar to my mom.
Oh man, it's like a Home Alone incident. Oh man.
But other than that, like, you asked like what inspired it, but what got me interested in being a VTuber though was I used to watch a cat puppet streamer.
A cat puppet streamer.
Yeah, a cat puppet. Like a legitimate, like, full-on puppet.
That's interesting. Do you remember their name? I'm kind of interested. I'm like, hold on.
Oh yeah, they're not streaming anymore, but they were Say Hey Rocco.
Say Hey Rocco.
They have a rock in Sea of Thieves. You can go to Chicken Island, and on one of the rocks there is a painting of them where you can read about them.
That's cool. So they at least made it like a decent mark enough that they're in Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
That's awesome. Shout out to them.
Yeah, I miss them so much.
So
but I think it's been like 4 years, I think, since they've streamed. So kind of a bummer, but they kind of encouraged. They gave me that little push I needed to actually start.
I was gonna ask you because like that was that your beginning start of VTubing or streaming in general?
VTubing. I was doing like webcam streaming before that.
Nice. How long were you doing that for?
My account's like 6 years old, so probably 2 years.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's nice. Well, so the jump obviously was inspired by seeing this sock puppet cat, and you were like, okay, I'm gonna jump into the VTubing scene. I'm gonna get a model. It's gonna be vampire-esque, very like, what is that one?
Just kind of throw my own stuff into it.
Yeah. I kind of dig it though. I like that, like a lot of people normally started like face cam streaming and we're like, okay, well this is fun, but like VTubing seems like a fucking hoot.
Well, yeah, I've always been interested in puppeteering, and it's basically virtual puppeteering.
It's virtual. Yeah, I could see that, virtual puppeteering. Puppets are crazy. They scare the crap out of me. I'm just letting you know this right now. Like legitly, I have a fear of puppets and dolls and mannequins and all this stuff, like animatronics. I don't trust it. I don't.
It's funny because I really wanted to get like a room made for myself that was filled with like almost all of that.
Oh, dude, I would fucking. I can't prove it, but I know every like puppet somewhere deep and down inside of it, there's a soul, and that shit is going to move the second I like turn to the left.
I love ghost stories.
Is that from Ghost Stories, the anime, or like in general Ghost Stories?
No, just in general. Like when I was really small, I had a shelf up near my ceiling that had a bunch of those porcelain like Victorian dolls on it.
No.
So much.
I
had my bed right under it, so I could just look up and see while I was sleeping.
That shit scares. I hate toys that have like the batteries in them that like make the sound noises, because I've too many times in my life, at least more than 3 or 4, have we discovered that there's no batteries in there, and
but it still activates.
Yeah. I hate it. It scares the fuck out of me, and I try to always like science it away, like, oh, maybe it's just like a charge that, you know, it had
like residual power, or there could be a current going through the house. Because electrical currents from a wire don't actually just stay in the wire. They're like an aura around it. So something like that could activate it, but at the same time.
No, that's what happens. I refuse to ever, like, because one, I don't ever want them, like, this place, at the time I couldn't move. So like, it's like either I have to deal with a ghost, or I can science this away and just be happy with my life.
Right.
Most of the times I just sign shit away so I can be happy with my life.
Yeah, along with having my shelf of porcelain dolls, I had a large mannequin. Or not mannequin, the large marionette hanging in the corner, like a really big one.
Like human size, or like a boy size?
Like kid size.
I'm fucking, see, you're crazy. I couldn't.
I loved those. I loved them.
You're gonna be like,
I don't have them anymore.
You're like the horror person who like makes like a bunch of puppets and then passes away, but puts her soul in all the puppets, and all the puppets come to life.
Yeah,
That
that'd be great.
There's a reason why I'm gonna own if I own a shotgun, I'm making sure the first anytime I see a puppet, it's dying first. There could be
It's gone.
It's gone. I'm not giving anything up to chance. I refuse.
But yeah, that would be like my dream, like chatting background if I could get that.
Criminal Minds episode of the one
If that does happen.
Matthew Gray Gubler actually directed, where they were
The puppets.
the living marionettes.
Yeah.
He was breaking the bodies of the humans
And turning them
who were
into
still
puppets.
alive to turn them into puppets.
Yeah. See, some people are like
Ah, jeez.
crazy. Like living marionettes is insane. I feel like there's a serial killer in every like folklore story about a man who turns people into puppets.
I think what originally got me interested in it was things like, what was it, like the Muppets, and then also I saw the horror movie Puppet Master.
I do have like I'm gonna say I have issues with Puppet Master because I really like Puppet Master a lot, but were they like they weren't like traditional puppets though? They were just kind of like little like figurines to me.
Yeah,
it seems.
they were like dolls basically.
Yeah. Who was your favorite?
Yeah. I don't remember their names, but I liked the like almost anonymous mask looking one with the black hat.
Oh, Blade.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
I don't remember their names because it was so long ago.
I think I remember all of them. I think it was Blade, Jester, Pinhead. God, it's been so long since I've seen these movies.
I remember Pinhead actually.
But what was it? There was like a
yeah, it was Blade.
There was like a Nazi one that was like a little flamethrower guy. There was
yeah,
like
I forgot that
Drillhead.
one's name.
I think it was like Johann or something. I think he named it after the guy who he killed and turned into a puppet.
Yeah, Blade was my favorite.
I think my favorite might have been Leech Woman. That was like the weirdest one.
Oh yeah.
Like it was so creepy. We're talking about G.I. Joe. No, we're talking about Puppet Master.
Yeah, I remember Leech Woman.
The whole movie they had a cool OST. That's what I really loved about the movie. I think it had like this creepy like old country like song like theme that legitly they just like made your like back of the hair stand up.
Yeah, I need to watch the movies again, honestly.
There's so many. There's so I like all of them though, but there's so many. Oh man.
Teletubbies.
The Teletubbies gotcha. God dang it. I fucking love you more. The Teletubbies are crazy. Were they puppets? I thought they were people in a suit though.
They were people in a suit.
I thought they were.
Teletubby went off to be a famous porn star.
That's something I could live my whole life without hearing. The stupid son, the little baby son.
She's the Asian.
I did kind of want to keep going with these questions because I am interested because I don't know too much about you. I had the sorry about the barking. I had the luxury of meeting you off of Blue Sky, and I thought that was I was like, anyone I meet off Blue Sky, I just feel like I have been nothing but positive like interactions with.
Probably.
Like it's just so unproblematic. I love it. But with switching over to VTubing and like kind of expressing that more, do you still feel like any need to like carry on any anonymity, or are you kind of just very like, not gonna say loose with it, but like very casual with it?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, my bad. Like, do you feel like you have to like hide your like your IRL like face and like and other content like that, like, or you're just kind of like
I'm pretty chill.
blasé
like,
with it?
Yeah, I'm pretty chill. Even with like my age and stuff, like people have asked me and I've told them straight out. So it's just like, it's, to me, I wanted to make it a career at first, but it's a very interesting hobby.
I didn't want to tackle this, but I was curious, like your age wise, like you are late 30s, early 40s, correct?
Early 40s, yep.
Coming into this, I assume that you've always been a fan of like anime and like video game content, like, is this just, do
Oh, yeah.
you ever feel your age, or is it just like, oh right, I am 40, I forget, like?
I feel my age. But the problem is, like,
thank you, Vox.
Like, I've always been interested in anime, and like, well, I guess anime came later. I've always been interested in video games.
Ah, okay.
So, like, it's been a point of contention in my life, because when I was younger, and like, people would be like, oh, you're a girl, you can't actually like video games. And here I was, like, playing Atari. Here I was playing NES. That's basically what I did with my time. And it was like, okay, sure. And it's like, eventually they realized that, you know, that's what I was really interested in. And then when I got about to like middle school, this one guy that was really interested in me could not like get me interested in him. But eventually,
I'm with
eventually, yeah, he said, hey, do you want to come over and try the Dreamcast? And I was like, oh, you have a freaking Dreamcast? Yeah, I'm going over it. Like, and I went over there one night, and I remember playing like something similar to Wave Racer, and then like Echo. And then I was like, okay, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, Echo the Dolphin. I was like, okay, that was
classic.
That was fun. That was good. I'm going home.
Were you like 14, 13?
Yeah, probably around that age. I don't remember how old. But it was so funny because I knew he was interested in me, but I had legit like zero shits to give.
You're only interested in the Gamecast. That's the Dreamcast.
Yeah, that's what got me to go.
Oh man, I used to have a Sega. I think that was like the first ever console. Like, no, not the first console I had. No, actually, I think it was like the first ever console like I really had video game wise was a Sega. Not a Sega. Yeah, it was a Sega. Was it a Dreamcast though? I don't know if it was a Dreamcast. All I remember is I played Tomb Raider with my mom's. She was really into Tomb Raider, and I thought it was lit. And
yeah,
my sister ruined it. She dropped milk on it, and then it just fucking did not work anymore. And I remember thinking to myself, "You are the anti. You're everything Batman is not. You are just not fun. You are not cool. You are not my sister." I remember she cried because I said, "You're not my sister anymore."
It's funny, the first thing I've ever started playing video games on was actually old arcade systems, and then I went from that to like Atari at home, and then NES, then Game Boy, and then SNES, then Color Game Boy, then PlayStation. So
how to split up. Yeah, you fucking ruined my console. The family is done. There's no family anymore.
Yeah. Well, one boyfriend I dumped over Final Fantasy VII, so just saying.
What happened? Okay, this is interesting. What happened? Did he like save over your game or something?
He kind of. He was like, "Hey, I would like to play this game. I know you really like it." And I was like, "Okay, well, I guess I can lend you my system and my game and my memory card." And I was like, "Don't touch my save file." And he's like, "Okay, don't worry, I won't." And I was like, "Don't you dare touch my save file. Like, don't you do it. Don't you do it." And I was like 60-something hours into the game. Right before you go to Midgar, like, for the last time.
Yeah, right before the final battle, I assume.
Yeah, yeah. And I come back, and he went, "Babe, I beat that last dungeon for you." I could have killed him.
Oh my god, no he didn't.
He did. I could have killed him. Like, I had this rage just build up in me, and I was like, I had to hold myself back, and I went, "That's it, we're through." And he's like, "Oh, what? Why?" And I was like, "Well, one, you didn't respect me or what I'm interested in, and two, you saved over my fucking file." And I was like, "Did you at least get Barrett's ultimate weapon? Because up to that point, I collected every single item in the game."
I assume that.
Like, huh?
I assume that that's
What
the
do you
reason
mean?
why you didn't go into the final battle right away. You're just like, I'm just going to get everyone's ultimate weapon to make this fight more fun.
I was just, you know, that's what I was doing. I wanted to collect absolutely everything in the game. Yeah, he didn't listen at all. He didn't respect it at all. And it's like, I was like, did you get Barrett's Ultimate Weapon? He's like, huh? What do you mean? I was like, it's on this floor of Shinra Tower in a locker. Did you go and get it? He's like, no, I didn't go into Shinra Tower at all. I was just like, oh my god. Because I was like, oh, I could save my file if I do this.
I think so.
But yeah, so that's my story for Final Fantasy VII. Because yes, I did dump somebody over that.
Yeah, you know where it was too. Of course, everyone knows where all the fun, superpowered secret weapons are. When you really love a video game, you play it at least 3 or 4 times, and you look on game forums that tell you, did you look over here for the secret ending, and then you believe it like a pendejo.
Back then, we didn't have like the ability to really look this up online. Just saying.
You just had to go off a word of mouth of people that played the game around you who were like, oh yeah, like there's a secret
like,
ending.
If you could get a game guide, yeah.
Like I remember everyone when I was younger, like, oh, did you know you could find Mew by the truck in Pokemon Red? He'll just appear there regularly, but you have to do 1,000 things before you could get him to pop up there randomly. And I believed it.
Geez.
And I believed it. I'm here thinking, oh man, these guys know what's up. I did it 1,000 times. Eventually, when you have internet and you look it up, they tell you, no, that's not real. And I was like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I love games.
Yeah, no, video games are the best.
They're my life.
I think it's funny because I feel like I'm still like maybe late teens, early 20s. I forget. I'm only 20. I'm almost 30, and I'm like, oh, do I have to be? I have to be very responsible now. Like, I was like, but do I?
No.
But do I?
Don't.
And then I think of my older brother. My older brother, he's 10 years old. He's 10 years my senior, and I'm like, this guy still fucking pre-orders video games and is like, collects the whole dish, and it doesn't just get like the game. He has to get like the fucking. Like for when Gears of War first came out, he got the Golden Lancer. When
nice.
when the Breath of the Wild came out, he has to get the special edition Switch. Even though he has like 2 already, he has to get the special edition Switch along with like the Shield, and like he can never just be content. He's always like, well, I can't just get that. I have to get this.
Yeah. For the Fallout game, we actually got the Pip-Boy.
The actual Pip-Boy?
The big arm thing.
Dude, it's so rad.
Be a responsible mom. I raised 2 gamers.
Oh yeah. Your son's game, or I don't know if your son's, but your children game.
Yeah, they're adults now. It's fine.
Oh man, no. Like I think I just got my little brother like for Christmas. I got him because he likes video games. He plays Dead by Daylight. He has a PS5. He plays all these other games, and I got him Persona 3 Reload. And he's just lost time to him. My mom was like, your brother just plays video games. He doesn't want to do his homework. And I'm like, oh, damn.
You're like, oops.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
But I remember that. I remember the time when I used to just wake up early just to play video games before school.
Yeah. My boys, they basically started with Minecraft, FNAF, and Roblox. So
Jeez, they started with that?
Yeah.
Oh man. I remember when FNAF first came out. I think I was still in high school. I remember my buddy was telling me, he was like, yeah, bro, they're gonna make this like horror game. It's like Chuck E. Cheese with animatronics. And I said, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You better never mention that shit to me ever again. Animatronics? He goes, yeah, bro, and they kill you. And I was like, I fucking hate this. Oh my god, what is happening? And then it becomes a fucking big cash grab.
Big. Oh yeah. I love the cupcake actually, because I played the 4th game and it scared the hell out of me. So after that, I was like, I love you, I love you, cupcake.
I think I only played the first 2, and then like when they were releasing a bunch, I was like, I like these games, but I don't think I love them enough to like play them fully. You were just having like this generational gamer vibes. I love it. I'm all here for it.
All the games.
All the games. That's like my
Ruined my college GPA with the World of Warcraft beta and Ragnarok Online.
Oh my god. I think like my father-in-law, he's fucking rad. He's like, yeah, I remember when I used to play Dungeons and Dragons in high school. And I'm like, yeah, what edition? He goes, he was like, well, at the time it was just like the 80s. He was
game.
He was like, it was just Dungeons and Dragons. Like we didn't really like. I was like, whoa. Even now he keeps up to date. Like I think for like Christmas and his birthday, we just bought him like I guess they make like cooking books and drink books, and like we just bought him a bunch, and he fucking loves it. He goes, oh. Yeah. Yeah, I love your dad. Your dad's fucking rad. And he tries to speak Spanish, and it's hilarious.
I can only speak English. Not very well.
Yeah.
My dad knows how to speak
Yeah.
Spanish, right?
Yeah.
But he does it on purpose.
For fun.
It's funny.
Yeah. My father-in-law, he speaks Spanish not badly, but on purposely bad. It's the best thing ever. I love him. I think it's funny because he's like he does it to his daughter, my wife's younger sister, because she was taking Spanish class and she was like learning all this, and he goes, "What is this again? Dormid?" She goes, "Yeah, Dad, it's dormid." He goes, "Oh, okay." He's fucking fun, dude. I love his vibe.
That sounds cute.
Yeah. Man, but when you did make this big switch to VTubing, did you kind of like, was it easy? Was it like seamlessly like, hey guys, I'm a VTuber now, or did you kind of prep everybody like, hey, we're not gonna do as much face camming streaming no more. We're going straight.
No, I just did it. I didn't even explain it. I was just like, I made it, turned it on, and that was it.
Guys, I'm a VTuber now, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Where'd this come from?
Yep.
And you're like, it's always been here.
Yeah, it always was.
Oh man. So if you had to redo it though, like, would you still keep the vampire aesthetic, or would you have made it like more intricate?
No, I can't do anything else, because I did, like, originally when I started, it was like, oh, maybe a vampire is too, like, promiscuous or whatever, you know, like, too flirty. So I was like, oh, I'll try being human. Couldn't. Immediately went back to being a vampire.
It's like when D&D, when someone's like, hey, I want to be a human fighter, and you're like, really? You want to be?
That's so boring.
You don't want to be? You don't want to be anything else? You don't even be half?
It's so surprising how few, like, actual just human VTubers there are, honestly.
Yeah, there is like a not high amount of surplus, but I think it's because like it's a human fighter, roll for initiative. Yeah, it's because it feels like D&D. Like I'm picking a very basic character, and you're like it just feels like a bologna sandwich, a plain bologna sandwich. Like
no mayo, no cheese.
Exactly. Whoa, what was that? You guys said the same thing. Legitly. Yeah, no cheese, no mayo. I was like, what the fuck? That shit caught me off guard.
High five fast.
That was so weird. That was like a brain melt, but like
both sides.
Yeah, I was like, huh? What the hell's happening? It's just Friday. All the vibes are Friday vibes. Everyone's feeling the same vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
Hive Mind Friday. That's what it feels like. Oh man, but so you've been in this for 6 years, correct?
Streaming for 6, but VTubing for 4.
So yeah, streaming for how much? Say streaming altogether, because I'll count those 2 years of face cam. I think those technically do count, in my opinion.
They were tiny. They didn't really go anywhere.
Did you have any do you still have any hopes to accomplish with streaming in general, or are you happy with like a small community and stuff like that?
I want to get big.
Oh, I love the ambitions. I love it. I'm here for it.
don't want to get big.
I will say this because I had this idea. I was like, what constitutes big? Like, is it making a living off of it? Is it being partner? Is it having like a certain number? Like, what in your mind, what constitutes like being a big VTuber?
I would say like actually being able to earn something off of it, honestly. Because as it is right now, like I've been losing money every year.
Oh.
So.
Oh damn. Yeah, I feel that.
I want to be big. What? You want to be bigger? Yeah, I want to be bigger.
I get that though. I feel like that's like with anything like VTubing or stuff. It's almost like going into business for yourself. Like there is that level of like you're gonna lose money before you can make money, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Cause like I did freelance artwork for over 10 years. And I got to the point where I was making like $300 in a day.
Oh.
And like then like shit blew up. I got canceled for somebody impersonating me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, there's like 3 things happening. I kind of overstimulated. Like.
But yeah, I was making like about 300 in a day, but then shit blew up. I had an impersonator, and I took like a 10-year break almost.
Dude, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, and then when I came back, people were just like so much better and cheaper at art, so I never really got back into it. I was like, oh, I miss the days when I could make $300 in one.
Oh God. I remember when like $300 was like enough for like a month. Now it's like a day.
It's pretty bad now. Like that's about how much we would spend for 4 people for 1 month of food, and now it's like almost 3 times that. So
yeah, I think I mean I remember like my mom's and I saw like just spending like 140 was enough for groceries, and she had like 5 kids, and I was like that would just be enough to fill the fridge for like the month, or at least for 2 weeks. Yeah.
It's pretty bad now. I do a lot of accounting.
Oh, God, I need to like. Every time I look at the budget, I'm like, damn, I need to sell drugs or something, man. Like, I can't have a normal living.
Gotta open the OnlyFans.
The OnlyFans. Only feet. You get to see my crusty feet.
Only feet. Yeah.
God, I wish it wasn't like that sometimes.
I don't know what's with the whole feet thing nowadays. It's so funny. I think it's mostly a meme now, honestly.
It might be a meme at this point. 140 a month? Damn, I waste 500 a month. You waste 500 a month on the groceries, bud? I thought you. Oh, well, you do live in the Caribbean, so like I don't. It might be inflation might be insane over there. Yeah, import taxes might be hella insane over there.
Yeah, ours is like we spend like 800 a month for 4 people.
I spend. Well, we technically have government assistance, so thank God for that.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
So like around 400 a month, I think, for us, and it's only just me and my wife. We're most likely gonna start a family. Like, I want to say after we fully like have our wedding ceremony, we're gonna actually like we're gonna put the money together and actually start a family.
I had my first one before we got married.
What?
I had my first one bore I got married.
It's usually
he was. I think he was about 2 years old in the wedding photos.
Oh, that's cute. Oh my God, that's adorable.
He was really cute.
Aww. See, like
he brought his stuffed Meowth with him.
Was he a ring bearer, or you guys just had him in the?
We just had him.
Oh,
really.
that's so cute.
It was funny because my deadbeat dad was like, "Oh, you should have him have our last name." I'm like, "No, we plan on getting married."
So your dad tried to convince you to give your last name to your son before, like, I'm assuming this is you and your husband's son, right? Correct, or?
Yeah. And
your husband's still in your life, and he's like, "Yeah, just give him your last name. Don't give him his."
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, you're a deadbeat dad. I'm not giving him your name.
That would have been a fight. I would have been like, oh, hold on there, buddy. Look, if I wasn't in the picture, I could see that being a thing. But obviously, I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
Arkansas land is cheaper, and yeah, maybe me and my wife want to move to Italy. Italy, go to like one of those almost ghost towns and like get like a cheap house and kind of, you know, make it up that way.
Housing's actually affordable in Italy.
Yeah, get a house, have children.
A house that doesn't need any maintenance.
It's crazy because they keep asking us to sell our house.
Really? Oh, did you guys buy your house like before the market got insane?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are so lucky. Oh, I bet like
we got super lucky because it was a new area that was put up by people that worked for the local college. So they were able to get it cheaper, and then when they moved out, they sold it cheaper. So we got like a real good deal on it. But now they keep contacting us, like all these realtors and stuff are like, "You want to sell your house? You want to sell your house?" It's like, no, we want to keep it.
Oh my God, I can only assume right now your guys' area is probably more than doubled at this point. I'm just guessing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I remember somebody had told me, I think it might have been my parents, but like there was an area that like a new area that they were building, that the house at the time was only going to be around $100 and something thousand, 150 or almost 200,000. That whole area now is like millions, and I'm just like,
yeah,
Jesus.
ours is like $500,000 now.
It's like insane. You're like, dude, like, and it's not even like a lot of time when you really think about it, and like the passage of time. It's not an insane amount of time. Like 10 to 20 years is not that long, because I mean you're living in the house, you're living in the area, so you don't really notice it. But like people are like contacting you like, yeah, your house is almost worth $1 million, and you're like, huh?
When did that happen?
When? And they're like, just the way the market's going, it's just, this is how it's looking for you. And you're like, oh wow, you know this. And then you start thinking, man, there we go, reinvest back into the property. That equity is about to be really nice eventually. I apologize for my dog barking.
I can't actually hear it over Discord.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I'm so happy for that one. But you like you said like you wanted to be a big VTuber. Is there any like inclination for you to either like start your own group or ever like joining a big like agency or group?
Every once in a while I'll send applications to some of the bigger groups or bigger companies.
Is there anyone specifically that you like are aiming to like catch the attention of, or like one that you're like, oh, I really hope like these guys like catch like this video or something?
God, I would love if V Shoujo did, but even though like I tried for their first applications, my application video actually got washed quite a few times, so I was kind of like crossing my fingers hoping that maybe somebody would contact me, but nobody ever did. So I would like to work with them eventually. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I think it would be amazing. Other than that, like I've been applying to other places because I would love to turn VTubing into a career.
Yeah.
But right now I feel like it's gonna remain a hobby for me unless something can really take off.
I could see that. I could see the VShojo vibe. You definitely have like the very, I call it the kindness. Like you really have like that legit kindness, that genuine like, hey, I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like their group, was because all the people I've seen from it are just kind of there for their own hobbies and vibes and stuff. It's like, you know, like on their page they say unapologetically themselves, and it's like, yeah, that's a good feel.
Definitely. I see. I have a love-hate with groups. I think I would like I wouldn't say my big issue with groups is like the other ones, like the Niji Sanjis of the world and stuff like that, is that I don't like seeing fakeness. Like I don't like seeing fake friends. Like when you make people have to like collab with each other and you're hoping that they really hit it off. Like you never know if people are gonna hit it off or not. But like you want to sell us this like kind of almost orchestrated like content. Like, oh yeah, no, they're all friends. they're friends, and you're like, are they friends?
You're like, are they really?
Like, it's fun when I see like online and I see like either it's Zentreya or like any of like their like tweets, and it's really just like friends just talking crap to each other. Like,
yeah,
that's fun to see as a content creator, because you're like, oh, so like real, like you can have real friends in this and really just grow with them, or not even just like just grow with them. You can legitimately have fun with them, and it a lot of people can enjoy that as just content. Because I mean, a lot of people think me joking around with a friend, like, how is that going to be entertaining to see?
It really is. I think people just enjoy watching other people have fun.
Yeah, everyone wants to feel like they get to see the inside ends of like the joking and whatnot. Everyone wants to like see that, because that's real. Everybody craves to see reality. They just either get like a diluted version of it from other people, or they get like this fake orchestrated one, which either tricks them to believing it's real, or they kind of just are smart enough to go, yeah, this isn't it. Like, there's something off with all this.
Yeah.
So V Shoujo, huh?
That would be ideal, but I'm not delusional.
I don't know. I feel like out of most of like the agencies now, I feel like that one is the most I don't want to say like grabbable or like applicable, but I feel like that one has like the most turnaround for adding people in.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of the people that are there right now just kind of already knew each other, but I do feel like they are a little more fair on like who they'll accept or who they'll look at, who's working hard. Opening my coffee.
You're good. Yeah. I wish I could have. Well, no, I can have a coffee later. I do have like the zero sugar creamer. I'm on a zero sugar diet right now, and it has been for the last couple of days been killing me. Like, it's insane. Like, I woke up and I was like, dude, I'm so sleepy. I slept 8 hours and I'm still sleeping. I'm like, what is happening? Like,
I slept 12 hours. But for the past few days, I've only been sleeping 4, so.
4?
Yeah.
I could sleep
It's
4 to
been
5.
nice to actually sleep in.
Normally I could sleep 4 to
Yeah.
5, but like the past couple days I've needed like almost like 14 hours, 12 to 14 hours of sleep just to kind of feel like adjusted. Yeah. And even then it only lasts like 6 hours before I get sleepy again.
Yeah.
But my wife was telling me, she goes, you're doing a new diet. Your body's basically not using carbs anymore. It's not using the sugars. It's using protein and fat as your energy. So it's going to take a while for you to adjust to just that level.
I know, like, having like a little bit of turmeric is good in your diet too, because it'll help your liver process stuff.
I heard that.
But if you have too much of it, it can give you kidney stones. So.
Oh, that is my fear. That is a huge fear.
Yeah.
Kidney stones? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think my buddy.
Yeah, so you have to like everything in moderation.
My buddy's mom used to tell us that if you take shots of vinegar, like apple vinegar, it helps like burn fat.
It helps break down kidney stones.
So we used to take shots of apple vinegar. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that'd be hard by itself.
And then I remember thinking to myself, like, dude, can we please get an actual shot of something else? Like I will drink tequila to water this down, please. And she's like, nope, it has to be straight apple vinegar. Let it sit. Don't drink water. Drink water like,
oh my God,
like 5 minutes after. I'm like, this is fucking pain.
Yeah, that's awful.
Not
to mention the smell too.
I hate the smell. I'm very sensitive. Like, I get overstimulated through smells. So like if something is very pungent, I want to like it just angers me. I get like these little like anger jitters where I'm like, I need to fight something. But so you get into the VTuber community, you're doing this for 4 years now, you're trying to be big. There has to be, you've had to at least seen, like, I mean, I'm assuming because you moved to Blue Sky, Like, you've seen all the drama off of Twitter.
Oh
and,
yeah.
like,
absolutely.
how do you feel about seeing all that in this community? Because I talk to some people are like, I don't pay attention to it enough to care, while others are like, it's insane how much, like, someone will tell me one day like, oh, you're cool, and then I find out like a couple days later like they're just like nuzzling me, or they're like suckling up to me because they think I can get the numbers.
I've had people like talk behind my back in the beginning. People were like saying, oh, you just copied your design from this person, which honestly I'm like pretty blessed now that that person they were accusing me of, we're actually friends.
Oh, cool.
So we hang out now, but like they were just like, okay, sure, she's blonde with a purple outfit. Yeah, okay. I guess nobody can be blonde with a purple outfit. But like they were also talking behind my back like, oh, she only plays with like the deep voice guys. And I'm like, you're obviously not in my community, because I have like all kinds of different friends of all kinds of different voices and genders and whatever. It's like not specifically one type. And it was just like people trying to get under my skin, like, oh, like who cares about like yandere characters? Yandere aren't cool. And it's like, well, I'm not here for you. Like, it doesn't matter what you like.
Also, I do want to give your husband a big heads up. I love your husband's voice. He has an amazing voice. Yeah.
I think so too, but he hates it.
I think it's buttery, dude. I remember like when I caught the stream, I was like, Jesus, like, God, he's just so alluring.
Yeah, it's unique. I like it. I like higher pitch voices actually. So when they were like, oh, she only likes these deep voice guys, it's like, you obviously don't know me.
Oh man, no, I get it though.
Like, and then people were also like, because of some of the friends I made, people were like trying to use me to get to those friends. And it's like, why don't you just ask them? If you want to play with them, just go there and be like, hey, you want to play? They'll either say yes or no.
I think I realized that rule on soon when one of there was a person that I wouldn't say I was close with, but we were getting to be friends, and they were very prominent. They had their own group of friends. I got brought into that group. I was happy enough to meet most of them. I think all of them are pretty decent peoples, but I think with him, like, when I first started this podcast originally, I started a long time ago. This is just me picking it back up. He was the one who was like, dude, we should start our own thing. And I was like, okay, like, what would you want to do? Like, he was like, oh, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you can think of the idea. And I was kind of left like, oh, it's like, okay, well, did you want to design the set? Did you want to pull it together? Like, what were you thinking? He goes, oh, you can, like, I'm pretty sure you have like an idea of how to like make the whole set and what we'll do. I'm just thinking we can have like, you know, like, he had like a basic concept, but what he really wanted was me to set it all up for us,
to do all the work,
and just him just call in and do his thing here and there. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna make something with someone just because I had this going on and you want to join it. Like, can you, if you really wanted to like work on something together, we can, but I don't want to like do all this work just so you can just kind of be like, oh, haha, I'm coming into this,
right?
And I was just like, I can't. And then I remember one of my guests on this a long time ago. I still think she's decently big. I love her to death. Her name is Raymine. She's fucking this little frog VTuber, water nymph. And he was like, oh, you had such a huge guest on the other day. I was like, I did? He goes, yeah. I'm like, who? Like, who are you talking about? He goes, the VTuber Raymine, bro. Like, they're huge. And I'm like, are they? Like, dude, they're fucking rad. They're cool as people. He's like, oh yeah, like, how'd you meet them? I was like, I don't know, dude. Like, I just put the call out. They answered the call. Yeah. And, you know, we started rapping, and that's how it happened. Like, they wanted to be part of the podcast, and I was like more than happy to accommodate them. Like, I don't care about numbers like that. Like,
yeah. Well, the thing is, I have a friend that I just thought, oh, hey, they look cool, I'll play with them. So I joined them for a birthday event. I had no idea who they were. I didn't know what they made. I was just like, oh, yeah, they look cool, I want to play. Yeah. So I joined them. We somehow hit it off, became friends, but then they linked me their YouTube. And when I saw, like how big they were, like, I'm talking over 1 million.
Oh, wow.
I nearly had a heart attack. I was like like freeze. I sat there and I froze, and like my blood ran cold, and I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, wait, you're being stupid. They're your friend. Like, this doesn't matter. Like, just calm down. They showed you, you know, like a private video or whatever they're doing, but like, you don't need to worry about this. Like, it doesn't matter. They're your friend. But yeah, there was still that brief moment of, oh my god, I never realized.
I want to say it's not that it's tragic. I think there is this level of like, when you meet someone first as the person, not the entity, it's really easy to kind of get lost and backtrack and go, damn bro, I didn't know you was this person.
Yeah.
But I always think back to what my buddy told me, because I have a lot of people who do music and who do touring and stuff that I'm friends with. And one thing he told me, he was like, I don't give a fuck how big I ever get. You must always say I ain't shit. Do you understand that? And I was like, I will always tell you, you are not shit. You will never be anything. And he goes, good, because the day I don't take that and laugh is the day I'm fucking lost, and you can fucking shit talk me all you want after that. And I was like, that's a good sentiment. That's a good sentiment in life to keep on.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Oh man. So, but back to that question, is that like one thing that annoys you? Or is there more than that, like with other stuff that annoys you in this community?
Oh, there's a lot that annoys me. Honestly, there's a lot. It kind of gets under my skin that you have these people that are just starting up. They hope that they're gonna spend like thousands of dollars. Yeah, unroll scroll. Thousands of dollars. They're gonna make it rich real quick, and it's like, no, anything like, oh, and then when they get there and they put their models on and they don't put any puppeteering into it, they don't fine tune it to themselves or whatever, and they just sit there, you know, real still, barely moving, being like, yeah, people are gonna find this entertaining. It's like, nah, you can't do that. There's a lot of stuff. So that's like the technical stuff that irritates me. But the other thing is just the whole, like so many like younger people trying to treat themselves like celebrities, and it's like, that's like, nobody knows who you are. Like, yeah. Why are you being a shitty human? Like, even if somebody did know who you are, you still don't need to be shit.
I think that's just a bunch of ego that comes in. I understand it. Don't get me wrong.
Ego.
Like, I understand when somebody comes into this and puts all the money into it, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna start this. Like, when you start off on a good foot, there's no better feeling in the world. But it's when you get like that running start, and you think you started streaming, you go from like 50 to like passing almost a K, that you get this kind of ego, like, oh man, I'm the fucking man, like I got this going on, I don't need to worry about this. It's like, now you're just gonna you're already peaking now. You're gonna peak, and you have no substance after that if your only thing was
over the 1,000 whatever. I feel like there's too many people that focus on that, because despite if you have like thousands of followers or whatever, it's still not going to equate to an active community or active viewers. So yeah, it's like, I think the math out there was that how many followers you have, usually like you have about around 1% of that number actively watching it.
Yeah,
it's small. It's very small.
And I think that it's very not very convenient, but it's very telling. Like, I've gone like to some like people who do have like 6K, 2K, 1K in them, and like there's probably only 2 or 3 active people in it. But I'm like, really, like, yeah. I would think they would have like, they have like 20 people in this chat. Like, there's only like 3 or 4 people talking. Like, it becomes like, when you pull back the layers, you start seeing like, this is not it's not that it's depressing, it's not like unmotivating, but it is. It can be. It definitely can be, but it is definitely it's not. I guess what I'm saying, it's almost very lovely, because you can, it's there's this sense of like these people are still grounded. They have people in their community that they really talk to and really are participating. Those people are grounded. And you know, when you come into someone's chat and like, a lot of people get this idea like, oh, I'm not gonna even talk because they're so big, they're not gonna notice me. It's like, dude, you know how a hi or hello can really like make someone's day, regardless of the size of the streamer? We're like,
yeah, that's true.
Even if they don't see it, like if there's one person that does see it and they say hi back, or like, oh, how's your day going? Talk to these people. They're not gonna bite these. I mean, some probably will, but like
some might. Some have asked.
Some always will ask. Hopefully they ask if they said they can bite. But everyone,
some bite.
Everyone at least I think is human-esque inside their hearts. Everyone's a good person. At least I like to believe. Just talk to people.
Yeah.
People like to talk. People like to make communications. That's the whole reason why streaming is a thing. Is people like having that camaraderie, and if you can.
Yeah, I heard that. That's why some people like prefer Twitch over YouTube, is because when people are watching live streams on YouTube, they don't really expect to hear back from the streamer that they're watching.
Yeah.
But when they watch on Twitch, they can have more interactions with the person and like get to know them and just have like a little conversation with like whatever they're doing.
Oh yeah, and I think with Twitch feels more like a conversation. YouTube feels more like a presentation. Like, I mean, once it's over, you comment down below, you give your likes, you talk about your favorite thing. While with Twitch, it's almost like, it can almost feel like a direct conversation you have, or like you're watching somebody perform and you get to have like feedback right then and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess like, there's bad in this community, there's good in this community. I like to focus on the good, and I think that's something that like is really good in this community, is like the camaraderie that a lot of people you can build up and make with just like a couple of goofballs.
The thing that really impressed me was that I was actually able to connect to people, make some friends that I can talk with or play video games with. Because before that, despite, 40 years of life or whatever, I didn't really have any friends. So being able to just connect with people with like the same interests and hobbies and stuff, it has been like huge.
That's
the good part.
I definitely do see that. I think there's this, I call it like internet friends. I know a lot of people can always take that like as a diss or something. I've never seen it as a diss. I've kind of seen it as a way to describe like people on the internet, like that I've been friends with, people on streaming and the VTuber community. It is a breath of fresh air in the sense that like I normally can be my silly self. I can just be like this filtered version of myself and just say the randomest things that come to my mind. And it's me still, but it's me unfiltered, and it's me behind an avatar, but it's all still me. And it helps figure out who is either like who fucks with me and who doesn't, because that's a big thing for me, is like I don't want people who don't get me to like try their hardest to get me, you know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be like, oh, I want to like this person because they're friends with these people, and I even though I don't like them, I feel like I have to like them. It's like no, you don't have to like me like at all. Don't ever get that mixed up.
There were too many people like that, honestly.
If you don't like, if you don't like me, you don't like me. That's cool. We can move on. We don't ever have to talk crap to each other. We don't have to say anything. That's perfectly fine. But it's the people who come in and like, oh, I just hate you. I think you're fake. It's like, you think I'm fake because I'm not doing what you want me to do.
I think that's the disparity where they like the concept of you, but they don't actually like what you actually are.
Yeah.
I think that goes for like one of the things you wanted to ask. Like, I think it was that, what misconception do people have, right?
Yeah.
And it's like too many people thought when they saw my design or something, or heard my voice, they thought I was gonna be like a Dommy Mommy, and it's like, why? like I'm just a goober. Come on, I might be a vampire, but I'm still a goober.
A goober vamp. That's fucking rad. Does that ever become like an issue for you? Cause like, you guys are. I'm still gonna call you guys young. You guys had kids young. You guys are still living your life. You and your husband.
Oh, yeah.
Is that ever an issue like in this VTuber community where everyone kind of just like wants to jump straight to lewd, and you're kind of like, whoa, hang on here. Like, I'm okay I'm okay with
like,
this and that, but like, don't have to fucking come ram it at me. Like, dude, chill. Like, with dirty jokes
it
and.
took me up until VTubing to get a dick pic, so just saying.
Oh, you're lucky. I've seen too many.
Yeah, it's like before that I never had one, and then as soon as I started VTubing, they sent it to me, and I replied with, "Please stop, 2D only."
Oh my god, that's good.
And they didn't stop.
I think for me, like, as like after meeting my wife and really getting together, like, it was really like I was always like the quick and flirty, like takes it over the edge and like really tests the people, and like I definitely pulled back now. Like, I'm fine with a compliment or two. I'm not against it. If you think my model's hot, that's great. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
I love compliments. I love giving compliments. I think it's for me, like, when people want to, like, I think I had
take it further, get a little weird with it.
They take it further.
You're like, you're being kind of weird.
Like, if you take it further in there's taking you further than a fun way, like kind of laughing while saying
Joking
like
around
I
and
want to
stuff,
put my face between your chest, and like that's funny. Like, I get that. Like, that's a funny response, but it's really like I'm lucky enough I haven't had this yet. I do run into the people who try to like initiate, like, oh, like, you really are handsome. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, my wife thinks so too. And they're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't know you're married. And I was like, yeah,
It does not matter.
it's on my bio, it's on this. And then like I thank you for that. Like, you know, I'm not trying to like make you feel bad. I know, like, and I always see like people kind of like double back, like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like, I didn't mean to, like, I'm like, it's you're fine, you didn't say anything that's over the line. I take a compliment. Compliments are fine. Like, as long as you don't try to like set something up, I'm good.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the people, because like you get people that are just like, yeah, sure, you can respect something that looks nice, but then you get some people that are just like really creepy, and you're like, why are you really creepy? It's like this one person's like, oh, I shouldn't hug a married man's wife, and I was like, why do you have to make this weird?
I shouldn't hug a married man's wife.
Yeah. And it was like, why do you gotta make this weird? Like, what's wrong with you?
That's funny.
I
should hug a married man.
Because I was like hugging friends, you know, with like just emojis or whatever online. I was just like, yeah, hugs good. But yeah, they made that comment. I was like, that's really freaking weird.
I think I've had something similar to where, like, my wife, she likes to use like different streaming apps just to like talk, and like when she gets lonely, she's kind of like here at the house by herself sometimes. So sometimes she likes to go on like streaming apps and just talk with her friends or whatnot. And a lot of people always like to make the comment like, oh, does your husband know you're on this app? And it's like,
why not?
Yeah, like I understand
I do VR chat.
It's like, yeah, that's not even just VR chat. I think it's like these like they're kind of dating apps, but they have like this interface for streaming, and like and I'm talking, and exactly, and I trust my wife with all my heart. I respect her. I know who she is, and I know she would never cheat on me. So I always think it's funny because she takes that as huge offense. The second someone says, "Does your husband know you're on this app?" she gets like full on like, dude, what the yeah. She's like, what the fuck does that matter?
Yeah, exactly.
Like she gets that Italian rage. She gets that ragu starts boiling, you know.
I always say I'm small and aggressive like a chihuahua.
But I get the balance, because I found it more than likely, like, and I gotta give a big ups to all my lewd tubing friends. They're the ones who've been the most respectful, and I love them to death. They're the ones who are like, oh yeah, like I'm so happy for you, you and your wife are like more than welcome to our collabs and stuff like that.
I think it's because like a lot of the people that do the Vtubing are more mature.
You know what? Yeah, I definitely do see that.
Yeah, and then it's funny, but like people are afraid of like horror VTubers, but honestly, like the horror VTubers I've met have been like the sweetest people I have ever talked to.
Oh my god, yes. I think most horror VTubers, I mean, I'm kind of a horror VTuber. I love playing scary games. That's like my niche. But like I've had nothing but like good conversations with people who play horror games, and like how much we love them, how much we love this, or like just the absurdity and the nerdity that we have for like the video games, or even just movies in general. It has always been fun. I think a lot of people always get this common misconception that like if you like this then you must be this, and it's like that's
you must be like this, and it's like nah, that's not how that works.
No dude, I'm a sweetheart, bro. I fucking love animals.
I might have tied up anime men on my walls, but that doesn't mean I go and kidnap people.
It doesn't mean she doesn't either. It just means that you don't know. Oh man. But I do think like there is an element of like the not safe for work community in like VTubing that is, I call it like men who never understood how to get women, that have a superficial way of getting women think.
Yeah.
Like they think all I need is a hot anime guy with rippling muscles,
and then I can say whatever I want, and it's
yeah,
like, that's not how that works.
And then, but I think they don't understand. Like you understand that, you know, one, people are human, right? Two, the same girls that you're hating on definitely can do the same thing and have like a very prettied up model. Like you are like what's like you're in the same boat. You don't have no power really. Like it's just funny to me that like these guys think, oh, all I need is a sexy model and then like a deep voice and the girls will drool all over me. It's like,
which some of them do.
Some of them honestly, do, but like there is that level of substance where after a while you could smell bullshit, or you get the you get the ick from someone that like.
I don't like when I raid somebody and they do the whole sing-song fakey voice. I'm like, no, I hate that, please.
Exactly. You gotta have personality and flair. You gotta fucking show. You gotta blow up. You gotta have a fucking.
You gotta have style. You gotta be able to know how to dance.
I don't think it annoys me as much, but I definitely do see like a pattern of like, oh, this male VTuber is getting called out for this, and I'm like, all this salacious behavior, all just gives me. I didn't get attention in high school. So I'm going to get attention. I'm going to get attention in the VTuber sphere, and it just, you realize, hey, you know what really gets people happy and makes people actually really dig you? Being a good fucking personality.
Yeah.
Being genuine.
Absolutely.
Like all of that stuff really legitly, guess what? Attracts people.
I just like being a goober.
I want to say I'm a goober. I have goofy brain, but like I'm a fucking dweeb. I'm not a dweeb. I'm like a nerd, dude. I love nerdy shit. I learn random facts about the world. I play video games. I had a fucking my wife says it's traumatic. I didn't really see it that way growing up. I lived like a fun, crazy life. I lived a crazy life, and I'm like. And I'm only in my early 30s now. I get to just have a fun, goofy life, and I think like that's just the next frontier of anything. Is like I had traumatic and crazy. Now I get to have goofy, and then eventually I get to get into my silver age where I'm just gonna fucking just be the raddest dad ever.
Yeah, mine like my past history was pretty traumatic for like the first. Like 16 years or whatever, and then I basically got saved from it, and now it's been great. It's been like fantastic ride. But that history is kind of what influenced the lore I put into my vampire.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that your favorite high school? Was that your favorite high school? Was that your favorite subject? Was history?
No.
What was it? I'm curious.
I only liked art, honestly. Other than that, it was science.
Okay, that's fair. I liked English a lot. English was like my favorite thing.
I did a lot of like creative writing and stuff in school, but honestly, I really liked science for like not only learning about things, but drawing the diagrams in the books.
The diagrams, huh?
The diagrams really pulled me in.
Oh man, I'm on to the fun questions now. So these are gonna be interesting because I want to know what like you're gonna be in this. Like, what video game would you be in? Would your character be in?
A video game?
Like any series.
Like a video game, I'd want to be in something comfy, cute, like Animal Crossing.
A little vampire in Animal Crossing. I could see it.
Yeah, I want the mad like bat villagers. Just give me some bats.
little bat villagers.
That'd be so cute.
I could see that.
I love frogs. I love all the frogs in the game. I have like I think 3 frogs in my village right now.
Is that like your go-to content is like cozy games?
My go-to is mostly action, I would think.
Oh, okay.
So I got like Elden Ring, I got like, well, Final Fantasy 14's a MMO, but it's kind of actiony. And then I like action RPGs like the Mana series and Tales of, and I don't know, action all the way. Monster Hunter.
Yeah, no, I'm a horror person. I love all types of horror games, whether it's like 2D indie style to like those like Telltale games, kind of like Call of Cthulhu and stuff, or simple.
I didn't like their Monkey Island one though.
You didn't like Monkey Island?
Yeah, I was a huge fan of the first 4 games. So when they did the 5th one, I was kind of.
I remember the first 2. I remember I used to play them on the computer. They were actually pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, the 3rd one is also on the computer. I think it's a disc game, and then the 4th one is for PS2. And then like then the Telltales would be the 5th, and then the creator from like I think the 2nd game made a game after that for the Switch.
Interesting.
So I have the disc for the 3rd one in my display cabinet.
You know what? You want to know what really hit me the other day is like I was telling my little brother, I was like, yeah, I remember we used to have CD-ROMs before there was Steam, and he goes, "What's a CD-ROM?" And I was like, I was like, huh? He goes, yeah, what's a CD?
Oh my God.
He's like, what's a CD-ROM? I was like, but a CD-ROM is like, it's a video game that was only made for computers. It was like a computer ported game. And he was like, oh, why don't you just download it? I was like, because you couldn't download like applications didn't have like the necessary like components to like put on a fucking computer screen. You had to legitimately buy a game, buy a disc, and then download that game from the disc onto the computer. But you also always had to have the game in the computer to play it.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, that sounds like a lot of effort. And I was like, you put video games inside your console, it's the same thing. He goes, yeah, but kind of with the computer, like, isn't it the point that you don't need CDs? I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna fight this kid.
It's so funny because when I went to Anime Central last year, I went into like the adult section and I got a game, but it's a CD-ROM game, and I'm like, I don't have a CD-ROM.
Yeah, computers don't make the CD ports anymore.
Yeah, I was like, I can't play this game until I find like our external one in like the closet or something. So it's just like on my shelf, and I'm like, I want to play this game and I can't play it.
It's fucking tragic, man. Or you have to like emulate it, or like find like a uploaded version and then even then it's like risky too.
We bought like this cool little handheld thing that's got like you can emulate on it, but I know you're only supposed to like. It's still kind of illegal. You're supposed to only do that for games that you actually have. So.
Yeah, I think that's like the technical like way around emulating is like you have to own the actual game.
Yeah, you have to actually have it. Yeah.
Which for me is fine because like I technically still own a bunch of these games. They just got scratched. So like that's
we have a bunch of cartridges for all kinds of different games from way back.
You guys are console collectors?
Not exactly, because they're not nicely displayed or anything. It's just we still have them.
This is the best thing though. Like I still think like there's certain games that I just think, regardless when they do get remade, they don't have the same spice, the same flavor. Like they just try to like redo it and like make it like too modern, and I'm just like, you're losing the juice, buddy. Like no one like do you remember when I used to play the Spyro for the PlayStation 1? I remember it was so badass that they had a skateboarding minigame in it, like for no reason. It was just in there just for fun, and then now like I don't even think in the new ones they even have that minigame.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I know I started playing the remake for the Spyro thing, but I don't remember.
They just don't
hit
hit the
same. I
same.
have a box copy of The Lion King for the SNES on my shelf. It's still in the plastic.
I think I remember I had the 101 Dalmatians video game for PlayStation 1.
Wow.
Like people, they usually just make video games off of anything.
Everything, yeah.
Like a movie would be coming out, it has a video game tied to it, and it's like the official video game of that movie, and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah. Jurassic Park was really hard.
I remember what was it? Fucking the Harry Potter ones are weird.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, they had Harry Potter tie-in games.
Tried.
God, it's just horrible.
That's so funny.
We've come full circle, as I feel like we came from having video games based off of movies. Now we have movies based off video games. So I feel like
that's true.
now everyone is trying to make the next big hit, and only seldomly have we gotten like good content that is a video game to movie adaptation.
The only movie I saw recently was Nosferatu, and honestly, I like the black and white silent film better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I heard a lot of people telling me like, "Oh, this is Nosferatu was going to be good."
I heard it was going to be good, and I went to see it, but honestly, there were so many scenes where they just had the character's face covering like the whole screen and breathing really loud. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Oh. That's funny. I like the one they did before. Was it the Voyage of the Demeter?
I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
That one was it's a long. So I'm assuming you have read Bram Stoker's Dracula, correct?
I'm still reading it. I'm in like a graveyard section right now.
So so before he goes to England, he hitches a ride on a boat. They kind of in the book they do touch upon it. They just breeze past a lot of it though, especially in the movie adaptations of all this. They breeze past
I was reading the original, the very original.
Like I know the oh my god, Gary Oldman movie. They breeze past his traveling from Romania to England, but like the Village of Demeter basically is the voyage, that whole voyage of.
They skipped it.
Yeah, and
wait.
Well, they don't skip it. They have like journal entries of it, basically, where they talk about like what's going on the boat, and
yeah,
you're kind of just read kind of like, oh my god, they don't know, The movie takes basically the movie shows you what's been happening, so it is pretty fucking rad. I think I watched it.
That sounds interesting.
It has like that feeling of like we are literally losing people like day after day. Like it's almost like an Among Us, like who done it or like where's the culprit.
Yeah.
It's fun. I liked it a lot, and I thought Nosferatu was gonna I thought it was gonna be the sequel to this movie. And
it's the whole Nosferatu movie so it's basically like seeing Dracula abridged, honestly.
That's tragic.
But it has like its own creepy stalker homewrecker theme to it.
Minus the Gary Oldman being sexy Dracula.
Yeah, there's no sexy Dracula, and honestly, I miss the silent film Orlok because like the new one has a mustache and he just looks like, as soon as I saw him, I was like, that's Dr. Eggman. That's Dr. Eggman right there. Dr. Robotnik right there.
I did like, I'm trying to remember. I used to do acting, and like everyone's done different renditions of Dracula. They did make this and ironically, it was not Anne Rice who wrote this, but like Anne Rice did talk about like how her inspiration for like her vampire series was the fact like it's just very erotically gay. For like she was like, everyone made monsters the gay panic. Like every monster was like the gay panic, and
I can see that. Yeah.
I think she had said like one of the very first like vampire-esque movies wasn't about a male hypnotizing females, but it was a female hypnotizing females into like lust and stuff. And I remember hearing that. I remember thinking, oh wow, that's cool. And then my teacher, who was a big fan of that stuff, he's a very flamboyant 6'5", 6'4" gay man. He was my professor. I love him to death. His name was Ruff Yeager. He was fucking rad. He was like, we're going to be doing Bram Stoker's Dracula, but this is a different version. I was like, how different? He goes, it is all basically female. I was like, huh? He goes, yes, Dracula is a female. Van Helsing is not a man, but he has two female sisters. One a doctor, one a vampire hunter. And Nina's still a female. And I forget what her husband's name was.
I always forget because there was two characters in there that had similar sounding names, and it didn't help when Van Helsing showed up and started calling one of the characters the name of the other one.
Yeah,
I'm like, please.
Nina and Mina. And you're trying to like, wait, which one is who?
I'm like, hold up, yeah.
Mina's the friend. Nina is the main target, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, well, it like Helsing just was like crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, this was like a lesbian version of it. I thought it was really interesting, and like it sparked my interest because he gave me the whole history lesson about Anne Rice. He gave me the whole history lesson that like prior to like a certain time, every villain or every like flamboyant villain was basically a template for a gay character. He's like, we watch Aladdin, he was Jafar is obviously gay, and I was like, I didn't see it until now. He's like, he's flamboyant, the way he moves. He doesn't even look like he wants to touch Jasmine or even be with her.
No, he doesn't.
He just kind of feels like he has to. Ursula, obviously based off of a drag queen. And like the more he started saying
Ursula is amazing.
The more he started saying that, the more I was like, my eyes were open. I was like that Doctor Strange scene. Teach me. Like I was like, have I just been like blind to all this? Like this is so fucking rad. This is interesting. I had no idea. He goes like, Scar's obviously gay. I was like, from the Lion King.
Ursula's like one of my favorites.
And I thought about it. I was like, Scar is very gay in the Lion King, like the original like animation at least. How he moves, how he talks. He's so flamboyant. You know he didn't bang any of the
Very
female
dramatic.
lions, especially in the second one.
Well, he didn't till later. He had a baby.
No, Kova isn't his kid though. He adopted Kova.
Isn't that?
No, it's not.
I thought it was. That's weird.
Yeah.
Why do they look alike?
That's but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But like he's not. That's what made me trip out as a kid. And like rewatching all this stuff,
Yeah.
I see it now. I'm like, so Disney was trying to make us hate the gays.
Yeah.
And then eventually watch like one of my favorite comedians is Mateo Lane. He's a fucking fabulous, funny gay comedian. And he's like, no, please bring back villains as being gay people. It's like, that's how you knew we had the power. We were there, honey. Like when Jafar said, Prince Abubu, you felt that. Oh, they bring you chills. And I was like, maybe. I was like, I'm so confused. Like, is it right to have them in?
Well, I didn't like they had like a deleted scene from Fantasia or whatever. It was basically the princesses getting married and having babies.
Interesting.
It was. I watched the entire thing on YouTube because they had it storyboarded, and it was like, this is really disturbing, actually.
And it was just too progressive. It was too early progressive for Disney.
It was a little extreme, like just seeing them get married and have babies, like right straight up, like right there, and it was like, yeah.
That's what I love. My wife always says, she's like, well, that's good. My wife, I feel like is if I wasn't me, like if I didn't have like personality, she would never have been with me. She's like, I would have most likely been with a woman. And I was like, really? And she's
actually, like, there's a lot of that nowadays because yeah, personality, it matters a lot.
And she's like, I was like, yeah. She goes, yeah, you're like I love you, but like I'm like, she goes, if you were like if you weren't how you are, like this goofy, like fun, like all this, you were just overly serious and overly like, you know, dissident and all this, I would have think you're so pretentious and I would have just hated you. And I was like, well, it's good to know. And she's like, yeah, but you know, you're I love you, you're goofy, you
chill.
You have your ADHD like is very alluring. And I was like, what? Repeat that. Repeat that again. I'm sorry, I was kind of thinking about something else. So obviously a video game, you're the vampire bat in Animal Crossing, the first vampire bat if they really wanted to put you in there.
Heck yeah.
Anime wise, what are we putting you in? Because there's a bunch of vampire animes, but I'm pretty sure, like, is that something you would want to be in?
I like the shonen series with all the action and the blood.
So what are we putting you in? Like Tokyo Ghoul?
Well, maybe something where you focus more on the good guys. I want to be the villainous, and they'll probably horribly murder me, and then I would be game over, but I would be like the best.
I could see that. Maybe that, or like they turn you to the side of good, like they fight you, you tell them your background story.
Is they get powered down when they become good, so I don't want to be powered down.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Every time a bad guy becomes good, they just like lose half their power.
Power down. Yeah, they always power down.
That's always funny. I just thought about that right now. I think one of my favorite YouTubers, RDC World, made a joke about that. Like, where like the villain joins the team, he's suddenly like the weakest member now, or he's not even as strong as he once was. Oh man, I could see that. Like, so what? Like My Hero? Would you be like a villainess in My Hero or something, or like Jujutsu Kaisen?
That would be fun.
The villainess.
That'd be great.
That'd be cool. Like a little horror Halloween movie, where like you trap them in a haunted mansion, something like that.
just tell them play with me.
Yeah, and it's just like a bunch of people with different quirks that make them like monsters, kind of. That'd be interesting. That would be kind of cool. We're almost done here. We got like 15 minutes left. I don't want to keep you. What I can already see this, but like, what do you provide your audience that you believe that other VTubers don't?
Mostly just somebody that they can geek out with really late at night. The thing I've heard the most is that people appreciate how I talk to them like regular people, and that I don't have that whole like acting persona in front of it. But I'm not trying too hard. I'm chilling with them, and that's kind of what I give everybody. It's like I'm gaming there, I'm hanging out, I open my door, you're welcome to come into my living room and hang with me.
Yeah, I like I said, I definitely saw that. Like I kind of already saw like you give this more this not necessarily this is what you get, but you do give like this. Hey, I'm so and so. I've already done this. I've lived enough time to already like know what not necessarily people want, but like I know you don't want to like small talk. We're gonna play video games. Are you in? Are you out? And people are like,
yep.
I guess I'm in.
Yep. Yep.
And this last one, because I like to paint this narrative. So you become a big streamer. Let's say you're making a career off of this. What is something you wish to change? Like regardless if it's something small or big in the world. Like what is like a change you want to make?
I don't have any like misconception that I could really change anything, but one thing I like to do yearly currently is raise money for Gamers Outreach, which is an organization that raises money for hospitalized children so they can play video games to earn rewards while they're like staying at the hospitals to like just receive care that they need. It would be great to me if I could raise a little more for them each year because I feel like the contributions I made, you know, even though it helps, what I have been able to give them is small. I would love to be able to give them something big because my health hasn't been the best through my life, and I've had an issue like with my son. My youngest boy, he almost died of pneumonia, and I had to stay with him for almost about 2 weeks in the hospital. So I know how scary it can be, and I kind of just want to help him out. So as much as I say I hate kids, yeah, I don't actually hate kids. But I'm still a caring mother, and you know.
I get that. I hate kids.
I would love to do that for them.
But I'm not a monster.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I am a monster.
Yeah, but not that much of a monster.
Give off the vibe of the little fluffy duck with the knife.
Oh man, I do like to give this this is a new segment I like doing because I love when I get to interview people who have partners or are married or like regardless. Give like a nice love letter to your husband.
What do you mean?
Like a nice thank you, like something that you really love about him. Like I give like this little like template to kind of like give like a little love letter to your significant others is what I do here.
I love that you live in my basement and you will never leave.
Do we need to send the cops? Do I need to call 911?
No, he already said that nobody else can live there because that's where he lives and they can't take it.
If he's okay, he's okay.
His Twitch name is Basement Andrew, so.
Basement Andrew? That's fucking rad. That's such a rad thing. You want to send it to me so I can like put it in the chat. That way we can give a little shout out to him.
It's like he doesn't stream. He streams with me, but
let's give him some recognition. Maybe some motivation to stream. That's such a rad name, Basement Andrew. Sounds like a evil villain name.
Too bad it's taken on social media, but it wasn't on Twitch.
Oh, that's lame. It was taken on social media?
Yeah, it was taken on, I think, like Twitter and a couple other places. But it's like, well, he's got it on Twitch, so.
At least he has it on Twitch.
So yeah.
That way we can promote it. It should be in the chat now. At least I hope it actually sends in the chat.
Used to follow him in Oswald anyways. Thanks, Mystic.
Let me just grab that real quick. Don't see that in the YouTube yet. Okay, let me do it through here. Okay, perfect. Now it wants to do it.
Hey, yeah.
Now it wants to do it. Finally. But we're about to end right now. Do you have anything that you have planned for this like next coming weekend, like our next coming couple days, months? Like, do you have anything in the works that you would want to let us know about?
Well, besides trying to raise money for that moth mommy form, I don't think so. Problem is, I like live by my calendar. I guess I am going to be trying to play Baldur's Gate 3 with like some friends.
Ooh, nice.
And my Zenless Zone Zero sponsorship is ending next weekend. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything planned streaming wise yet.
BG3. At least I still need to play BG3. All I know is
I
all my
played it too much.
too much. All I know is all my female friends not all my female friends, some of my male friends too, love Astarion. That's like their go-to.
I fucking fight that guy off. Don't bite me. I let him do it once because people convinced me that you can get like his power to like sap energy from enemies, but it didn't give it to me. I think they lied to me.
It was a lie.
It was a lie.
Oh man, that's funny. I still need to play one of these days. I love D&D, so like I love a game where I can like role play and like mess around and stuff.
I heard that they're making a like something where people can make their own campaigns in the game, which I think is like huge.
Your own campaign in the game? That's insane.
Yeah. That would be absolutely amazing.
That's like, wow. Okay, that's fucking. I might have to buy the game if they do that.
Yeah. Because people could do like all their D&D campaigns like right there.
Yes. I'm fucking just the idea of that is like making me like my head race. I was like, I can do so much.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
But we're about to end. We have like the last couple minutes. I do thank you for coming on the show. I know we finally were able to get this interview organized. I do apologize for like the early on like technical difficulties. Yeah, my little puppy. He's still right now. He wants to get out. I have him in the crate currently. He can't wait to get out, so I'm gonna let him out in a bit so he can.
Yeah.
You know.
Chew on more cables.
Not my cables. He's gonna run free. I'm gonna let him relax and roughhouse with me a bit, and then I do gotta get ready for work because I got work at 9:30, so I gotta prep and get ready for that. But do you have anybody that you would want to raid, or anybody that you were that is streaming that you would like us to go check out?
Right now my sister-in-law is currently streaming. Looks like she's in Lethal Company.
Hey, if you don't mind us going over there and showing support, we will love to go follow her and see her play Lethal Company.
Yeah, how would I give you this? Give you her link here.
That's perfect. We're gonna go raid, so we will. You have a raid message that you want us to tell her when we do raid her?
No, that's okay.
We'll just say Mask sent us.
Yeah, that's my husband's sister. Which is kind of funny that they both chose canines for their avatars, because he's got like the whole wolf thing, and she's got white doggo. So.
Ooh, see, you know what? The brain doesn't. The brain cells being shared amongst them.
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much for coming out. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We're gonna go raid your sister-in-law. You have been a wonderful guest. You're so fun. I enjoy hanging out with you and hearing your tales and stories. I guess crazy. I don't want to say crazy, but your tales and stories of yesteryear.
Yeah. Pretty soon people are gonna call me grandma.
I don't think I could call it. I'm like 12 years younger. At most I think you're like I could probably say like big sis or anything like that.
Gonna be the old baba.
The old baba.
Yep.
All right, thank you so much, Mask. I enjoyed this. This was so much fun. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your, I guess, night. I don't know.
Yep.
It's already like 9 o'clock. I apologize. Or, yeah, 9 o'clock. I hope you have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good evening.
Goodbye. You can say goodbye. You can say goodbye on the thing too.
Yeah. Bye. Later. I'm out.
All right.